Aloha interwebs, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for tuning in. Today's technically it's still Wednesday, and didn't get up a paintball video this week. I didn't get out last weekend, so I'll be doing one of those this weekend. So look forward to that for next week. But what do I do when I don't make paintball videos? We're talking about zombies. We're gonna talk about The Walking Dead real quick. This last weekend was the second to last episode of season 4. And I wanted to talk about it real quick and kind of get caught up in the series and see where we're at and how we've been liking the show so far this season. So why don't you guys check out a clip from last week's episode and we'll talk about it.
Tomorrow we go to the end of the line.
Alrighty, interwebs, there you go. Walking Dead, Season 4, Episode 15. And episode 16 is the season finale, and that's coming up. But I wanted to kind of talk about, without getting in too many spoiler situations, because I know you guys hate spoilers, but I just wanted to talk about the way that this season has been going. In seasons past, it was really annoying to me that there was a lot of questions raised during the season, but none of them really answered. They just kind of continue on to the next season, and it's long and arduous, and sometimes it's not very entertaining to keep up with all the separate little stories that are going on. But in this season, I feel like, especially after the mid-season finale, kind of going into the last half of this season, a lot of things came up, a lot of things happened, but a lot of things finished. A lot of things were answered. A lot of questions that came up earlier in the season, earlier in other seasons, are now finished. There's no more questions. They answered a lot of things. They've moved on from a lot of things, but they've also developed new things. So, you know, there is story to be continued. But I feel like in the last half of this season, they've really done a pretty good job of wrapping things up. Some things, some of the different storylines that they've put out there. I mean, the whole thing kind of spread out like a web, and it's all coming back together. You can see how some of the characters are going to end up kind of coming back to each other, but maybe not quite on the same terms as they left. And there were some questions that had come up and problems that had come up. Some of them were solved, and some of them were not. New problems came up, so there's new things that are probably going to carry on to the next season. But a lot of old things had gotten resolved, so I like that. I like when there's some, not all, but some resolution in a series of of television, of movies, of books, when you can actually come to some kind of conclusion about certain things and then move on from there with newer things, especially issues pertaining to how the characters are going to interact with each other. There's a lot of things that can happen in the season finale and going into the next season, which I do believe they signed on for season 5. So I find it very interesting. I'm still very entertained by the series, and I think that this whole last half of season 4, after the mid-season finale, for me anyways, it really feels like they kind of got some fresh breath into this. I feel a little more refreshed. I feel a little bit more excited about because it's not just the same stories. Some, like I said, some stories came to an end, and some stories are continuing, and some are new. So I'm okay with characters dying or things coming to resolutions, even if they didn't happen the way that you wanted them to. I'm fine with things coming to an end and then continuing on. That being said, I kind of wanted to get into some predictions about the season finale. So I don't think I can do this without doing some spoilers. So if you guys don't really want to talk about either last week's episode or what's going to happen in the season finale, feel free to turn off the video, check out some of my other videos while you're on the channel, and come back to this one after you've seen the season finale. Go ahead and turn that off. Okay, for those of you who are still here, I just kind of wanted to talk about some things some predictions that I think are going to happen in the season finale of season 4 of The Walking Dead, because I think they're pretty cool. It makes me chuckle inside, and sometimes that comes out. So one of the big things I think is really going to kind of come to a head is the Daryl situation with his new group of friends and the Rick situation. Because Daryl's new friends are basically hunting Rick, and Daryl doesn't know that yet. But eventually, they're gonna meet up. Maybe that happens in the season finale, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it carries on until next season. But that's gonna be, Daryl's gonna have to make a choice. Old friends, new friends. Did the new friends win him over? The old friends still in his heart? Who knows? And I don't know about anybody else, but I found the finding of this haven in the middle of the zombie apocalypse that everybody was going to and searching for kind of anticlimactic, and it just sets up to me that it's a huge trap. It's got to be a trap, right? It's a trap. They didn't have any guards. There's no quarantine zone. They did have things growing, but they had creepy old lady cooking food waiting for them, and it's just her. Come on, that's a trap, right? Admiral Akbar said it the best. It's a trap. No, Admiral Akbar fans in the house? Okay, Return of the Jedi, go watch it. It's a good movie. You'll get the Admiral Akbar reference after that. Anyways, interwebs, we've talked about this enough. Next weekend, season finale, season 4, Walking Dead, it's going down. You guys should check it out. If you're not caught up with The Walking Dead by now, do it somehow. It's an awesome show. I know you guys hear me gush about this all the time, but hey man, it's a good show. I like it. I find it pretty friggin' entertaining and hilarious at times. Thanks for stopping by the channel, interwebs. I appreciate it. Peace out. Enjoy the rest of your week. Don't forget to subscribe. Catch you guys in the next video. Hey yo, Daryl, man, you want to cover that guy up? Fine, be that way.